I tried to get the best ending in the Quarry by flipping a coin for my decisions. But I don't have the best of luck, so quick time events and interruptions throughout the game are left up to me, and I can actually overturn one coin flip every chapter to try to keep everyone alive. To begin, we're dropped in with this couple, Laura and Max, who are driving at night heading to Hackett's Quarry, the summer camp where they're heading to be camp counselors. But not paying attention, they end up hitting something in the road. Max is getting impatient. Not my fault this man not looking at the road.
Stop the car!
We crashing right now, talking about stop the car. Max now has to check the engine, and Laura decides to go off and explore. And while exploring, she finds some random chests, but she also gets spooked in the woods and runs back. And they start to hit the road again. And that's when they have a run-in with the cop.
Jeez!
Oh, fuck! Oh my god, my heart just exploded.
Roll it down.
The cop kind of seems shady, and he doesn't want to give us directions to Hackett's Quarry, but the two make it to their destination, but you can tell something's off. And so Laura and Max go around looking for the camp leader, Chris Hackett. He's not there, so they decide to snoop around to see if they can find anything, and they find a basement. And in that basement they see someone, and Laura in a panic finds anything to pry open the door to go help the person. Once they make it in, they try to find whoever was down there, but nothing to be seen until Max gets attacked. And now we get our first choice of a coin flip: run or help Max. I know the title says coin flips, but this one, I just wanted to try a goofy TikTok filter, alright? Should I help Max? No? So I should leave Max, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Are you sure about this? It's been said. I'm sorry, Max. Sacrifices have to be made, you know? Then Laura makes the executive decision to book it out of there, only to get caught and drugged by the cop. And then the cop takes out his gun and lets off shots into the basement. R.I.P. Max. Never mind, didn't matter either way.
Does this look like the goddamn Harbinger Motel to you?
You talking to me? Flash forward 2 months now, we see summer camp is now over, and the camp counselors are waving to the kids. And the only people left at the summer camp are Caitlin, Jacob, Nick, Dylan, Emma, Abigail, Ryan, and Chris Hackett. And while the crew's packing up and ready to leave camp, some actually don't want to leave camp. Jacob, having caught feelings for Emma during camp, decides the summer camp's not over yet, and we're just a little devil on his shoulder that tells him to do it.
Oh, this looks important. Shit. I will hook you right back up tomorrow, okay?
And so with the car broken down and no way to leave, teens do what teens do and live La Vida Loca. Let's party.
And for God's sake, keep the noise down!
And while at the party, Dylan decides they should play Truth or Dare. But what's a party without a little drama? I'ma spare you the team rom-com. All you need to really know is 1, Ryan is that dude. And 2, Jacob and Abby just aren't happy with the results of the Truth or Dare.
He's good.
We now get to see the counselors split off, with Emma chasing after Jacob and Nick chasing after Abby. With everyone split up, Abby and Nick get picked off by, spoiler, a werewolf. And can I just say it's a sorry excuse for a werewolf? It honestly looks like a hairless cat and Jason Statham tried one of those crappy fusion apps you find in the App Store. But anyways, Nick now takes a hit, and we need some guidance now, whether to help Nick or not. Google answers, and it says it's every woman for themselves. She escapes. Meanwhile, Jacob and Emma are on a resort tour for some reason, and Jacob hears screams and decides to check them out.
It was like a scream, and it sounded like Abby, but like not the good kind of scream.
I can't hear you.
Okay, look, just hold on. I'm gonna go check it out.
What? Seriously?
Abby returns back to the camp, and intern Ryan heads out to save Nick, and is actually surprisingly successful. On the flip side, Jacob is caught with his pants down by a trapper. He's spared, but not before the trapper covers him in some blood. Ugh.
Helps if you close your eyes.
Oh, what are you doing? Stop. Help. Help.
Is he sacrificing?
It's bad, don't it? It's for your own good.
Now, with most of the Scooby Gang back together, they make a plan to contact someone for help. Except Emma is still in the lake and has now swam to the island in the middle of the lake and decided to vlog her adventures. And as she's vlogging, she encounters someone that's kind of giving her fan behavior. And now she has to duck and dodge her way off this island, and we're presented a choice to escape. But luckily the coin flip saves the day, and she makes it out alive. That could have gone real nasty. I can always do quick time events. Let's go! Let's go! The group then decides to split up once again with their own respective jobs. Caitlin, Abby, and Nick go back to the lodge and end up running into that trapper from earlier. Nick starts to become feral, but we, being the voice of reason, help him out and stop him. No, I'm not doing this one. No. Let him go. Dylan and Ryan are at the PA system trying to get a signal out until they encounter some of the monsters prowling the scene. While trying to ward off the werewolves, Ryan spots Caitlin, Abby, and Nick, and they meet up to only beat the odds once again and survive. Until they spot two women running and they investigate, only to find a body now in the pool.
Did you shoot at us?
Who is you?
Who's there?
Or a body. Whose body? Whose body is that? Now making it back to the pier, Jacob searches for Emma and accidentally runs into her, but they also run into another werewolf and have to escape once again. That looks like a werewolf vampire, I don't know, something.
Sorry!
While running from the werewolf, he gets trapped again. I swear, he gets trapped more than the monsters do at this point. But this time, another hunter finds him, and he's not so kind. He ends up kidnapping Jacob. And while Jacob's down bad, the other camp counselors now are brainstorming on what to do. Nick and Abby take this chance to talk about this strained relationship they got going on. Can I bite you?
Do you like me?
Not anymore.
I've really enjoyed spending time with you this summer.
It's such
Such a cock
What?
tease.
a cop-out answer.
We see Nick becoming more hostile and even decides to get even for Abby's earlier stunt. Oh my gosh! And after that, I knew, Abby knew, everybody knew there was only one thing left to do. That's a supervillain stance up if I've ever seen one. I'm sorry, he's getting blasted. I'm blasting, bro. But Nicholas didn't like that, so he ends up fully turning into a werewolf, but dips. Before we have time to process anything, someone knocks on the door, and after a brief conversation, they slowly open the door. Surprise, it's Laura. Laura proceeds to tell the group what happened to her in those past 2 months she's been missing. We see Laura wake up in a cell after being drugged by the cop, who we find out is actually Chris Hackett's brother Travis. And unexpectedly, we see Max alive as well, with no wounds either. Travis tells him he plans to keep them captive until he can sort out this whole werewolf mess. After weeks of Laura harassing Travis, Travis finally gives in and gives her a demo of what werewolves can do. It's so weird how they shed all their skin. Oh dang. Chained down in front of this werewolf transformation, Laura ends up getting hurt but freed from her captivity. And Laura's not one to sit still, so she goes around and explores the facility while Travis is gone. and patches herself up. While exploring the facility, Laura finds a syringe and she sees what she has to do now. Yeah? Okay. Later, Travis returns and is surprised to see Laura hasn't escaped. After this, they start to develop this weird, trustful bond of each other. And Travis starts to open up more and explains the problem at hand. The SparkNotes version is his family's all become werewolves after being bit. And the only known cure is to kill the werewolf that first bit you. So now Travis has a mission to hunt the original werewolf to end it all and to cure everybody. And now with knowing that information, Laura and Max plan their escape by Laura faking injury and drugging Travis and locking him in that same cell. Get him.
Fuck.
Night night. And their mission now is to kill Chris Hackett, the one who infected Max. I guess you could say the end is in sight. My fault. Back to current day, Laura and Ryan decide to go find Chris while everyone else finds a way out of the campgrounds. The pair find an estate that the Hacketts own and assume that's where Chris is hiding. Sneaking into the house, they find an electric cage with the wolf and Jacob trapped inside. I see what the coin says. Come on, give me something good. Tails. Ooh. I feel like right if we do help Jacob, it could snowball into something bad. So maybe this is for the best. This might be for the best. Jacob pleads with Ryan to let him out the cage, but the coin gods say different. They tell him it's safer inside the cage.
Please, Ryan, please do it. Okay? You don't know what they'll do to me. Come on. You gotta let me out. You can't leave me down here.
With Ryan leaving him in the cage, they continue to search for Chris, but they end up eavesdropping on a Hackett family meeting. Travis is telling his mother that Laura ended up killing her granddaughter, and she's not too happy about it. And she finds the perfect person to take her anger out on.
Ryan, run!
Ma, send Bobby down.
Checking back in on Kaylin, Dylan, and Abby, they run into Emma while checking the broken down car. With it being beyond repair, they split up again, with Kaylin and Dylan heading to a junkyard to find another car, and Emma and Abby heading to the basement to hide. With Laura and Ryan being discovered, shit hits the fan. We're given the option to either run or create a distraction to help Ryan. Let's just say the coins don't really like getting in the mix. Oh, I just left Laura him. Books it leads to Ryan getting stabbed by the hunter. No! Ryan staggers into the nearby dumbwaiter and heads to the next room. We're given the option to pull the knife out, and since I didn't want him to bleed out, I decided against it, so we continue to chase with the knife still in us. We find out this burly dude's name is Bobby, but luckily he's not the smartest. So we were lucky with the flips we got, and we were able to hide from him and sneak past him once again. Laura, on the other hand, runs right back into Mama and Papa Hackett. We now have the option to attack or run this time, and the coin says attack. It's time to make a stand. I'm tired of this man too anyway. But I'm not trying to kill nobody though. Laura really starts seeing the effects of her injury, and me personally, I didn't want to kill anyone in this situation, so I was hoping we could come to agreement and I let Papa Hackett off the hook. But Laura starts to become more sensitive to light and takes out the power to escape. And that's when the worst happens. Ooh.
Whoa, what?
Never mind. Dang. Oh no. Jacob's dead.
No, wait! Ow! Fuck!
Jacob becomes the wolf's midnight snack. We lose our first counselor. With no time to grieve over Jacob's death, Laura's still in a sticky situation until Travis breaks into the room trying to calm the situation, giving Laura the perfect opportunity to escape.
Shoot him!
Around On the other hand, Ryan's still playing hide and seek, and his luck runs out to get cornered by Bobby. And still feeling the anger of losing Jacob. Hurt people hurt people. I end up stabbing Bobby with the same knife he stabbed me with. An eye for an eye. Fine. Fuck him. Nah, stab him. At this point, I say fuck this.
Ow! You stabbed me!
Yeah, fucking hurts, don't it?
I ain't never been stabbed before.
I hate this
Leave me
dude.
alone.
Ow, it really hurts.
Dad!
Bobby, now with the knife, flees the scene, and Laura actually pops up. We see Ryan dying from blood loss, but there's one way we can save him, and that's for Laura to bite him. Once you're infected, all your wounds heal. So in this moment, to save a character, I use my veto for this chapter, and I let Laura bite him. I couldn't leave it up to the coin.
Okay.
After being shot at, bitten, stabbed, these two are troopers and they continue on to go find Chris. Are we going back up? We're outside. Run. Dylan and Caitlin reach the junkyard to find the car. It takes a moment, but they find a working car, but get ambushed by another werewolf. We get some lucky flips. Nobody dies. Caitlin and Ryan survived the yard, but with no car. Even though we didn't get a car, I still take this as a win in my book. But still hopping right back in the action, Laura and Ryan finally find Chris, and he's locked up in the attic. Just from seeing some pounds of flesh, Chris finds the strength to break free from his chains to attack, but the floor caves in, and it's a free-for-all. Everybody is here. Bobby's now in the room, and he's fighting off Chris. Travis bursts into the room, and Laura can't take it anymore, and she transforms and mollywops Travis. The first round's decided, and Chris wins. He takes out Bobby. What? How was that a path? No. How was that a path? I didn't choose anything. Laura then gets a rematch with the parents, and she wins that second and third round, alright. That's when Ryan grabs the shotgun and wins the final round against Chris. He said enough is enough. With Chris now dead, it in turn cures Laura and just leaves us in a room full of bodies and our thoughts. He would have killed her. I didn't play as Chris anyway. That's a W in my book. We saved Laura. That's a dub. Now entering the final chapter, Max is now cured and exploring the island. We actually get the decision to either leave or stay on the island. And I didn't know this was a choice, so I kind of messed up and used my veto in the first 5 seconds of the chapter. No, my dumbass. I thought I was saying you could still explore. No. Moving on, we see Caitlin and Dylan now back in the lodge, now trying to make a final stand or just hold out until daylight. But the werewolf attacks just don't stop and they're attacked immediately. Oh my gosh! Y'all really did nothing! That thing can jump up to the second story, I hope you know. We get the first coin flip of whether to run or wait. And good thing the coin was on our side this time because they were definitely being stalked. But since he showed himself and we got a gun, all we have to do is blast.
Let's go.
I moved the stick, it didn't move. I moved the stick, it didn't move. I moved my stick, it did not move. I was like, it didn't move, and I got scared, and I just, boom. Dylan's death is easily the hardest pill to swallow, because I can't even blame the coin on this. I can only blame my controller. PlayStation, do better, please. But once again, right after a death, the show still goes on, and we gotta make sure Caitlin stays alive. We can't have two bodies on our hands. But luckily, we hit all of our quick time events, we dodge the wolf, and we keep it pushing. The coin doesn't stop us until we hear a noise.
Over here, Caitlin!
Flashback real quick. While all this was happening, Abby and Emma, who were in the basement, actually found a way upstairs that led into Chris's office. And there they see security cameras he had set up all around the camp, and they see what's happening in the lodge. Luckily, Abby found some silver bullets, and they knew just the way to save Kaylin. So they called for her. The only thing is the coin decided to switch teams at the last moment. Oh no, oh no. Heads, 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 heads. That coin flip was so loud, the way it drowned out Emma and Abby's screams, the way Caitlin just ran off and acted like nothing happened. Now we're at the point where Caitlin is cornered in the kitchen and we get one last coin flip. But the results just ain't looking good either way. I need to run to get out of this, because if I'm in the freezer, I'm done for. Here I am running. The coin never lies and it tells us to run. But at that point, it's too late. Caitlin gets caught and joins Dylan at the summer camp in the sky. At this point, after her death, I might just become unhinged. When Caitlin and Dylan's story ended, we head back to Laura and Ryan. And we actually see them now traveling and teamed up with Travis to hunt down the original werewolf Silas. And while driving to find him, they coincidentally get attacked by him. Oh, somebody found you. Oh my gosh. With Silas riding on top, they're able to slam the brakes and fling him off. They give him the old pedal to the metal and run him over. After that, he takes the hit and scurries back into the woods. And after everything that's happened, it's time to end this. The trio heads into the woods, strapped up and ready to go. As they head deeper in, they find a nest, and that's where Silas lays, wounded in pain. As we raise our gun, ready to finally reach the climax of the story, there is one detail I kinda left out. Tarot cards. These cards are scattered throughout the whole game and give you a glimpse into the future with the help of this fortune teller named Eliza. Like, these cards were literal lifesavers. Like, one showed me how to save Emma on that island where she didn't get caught. And another one showed me that Ryan needed to get bit to survive. But there was one card that we actually got in the last chapter called Hierophant. And it puts everything into context of how this whole fiasco started. This card actually doesn't show the future, it shows the past. And in this memory, it actually shows that Liza is the mother of Silas.
Silas, my boy. Oh.
They were actually a family in a traveling circus act until Chris Hackett's kids actually tried to free Silas from his cage, but ended up getting infected because he's a werewolf. So Chris's kids started this whole domino effect because they couldn't let sleeping dogs lie. And in that accident, Eliza passes away, leaving Silas to be an orphan. So as we raise our gun to finally put our end to this mess.
Are you sure about this? Shoot.
Everything just flashes in my head. I see the counselors that died. Eliza's cries for help. I think back through Travis's shady character the whole time. And I look at Silas thinking he's just a victim like us. And so I hesitate in the moment. And this nigga kills me! Eliza just spits on my grave.
Thought you were clever, didn't you? I knew my boy would be okay.
I should have just blew his fucking.
This miracle moment, never let it end. Every little movement.
Oh my god, I don't know. The one time I need the coin flip is the time I have the choice.